Hey, what's up my DB Steepers, your boy Moist Mercenary, and I'm pretty excited for what I have here. This video, I'm taking a look at this right here. My newest, smallest defense type wheel here. This is Anodyne, as I said, defense type metal wheel that is very small. I mean, comparing it to Storm, it is much thinner and actually much smaller. If I put this on top of there, you can see it is pretty small in comparison to Storm. I'm putting both of them flat against my thumb right now, and you can see the difference in size there. This thing is also, as you could probably imagine, very light given its size and how hollow that looks there. If I bring out the scale right here, 22.88 grams. That is how light this thing is. That is minuscule, actually. That is genuinely, I think, lighter than any officially released metal wheel by Takara Tomy. So to help with that, I made it a spin track here called Metal Shift. This basically adds a 10.69 gram weight. If you remember my Ogre Pond video, you know that this right here is the metal disc from the track on Ogre Pond, Metal Disc 115. So I've just reincorporated it here to be compatible with this track. Thus, I can shift the weight from being top heavy, or as you saw before, bottom heavy, where the disc is lower down to the ground. Basically, I'm just going to be running this on a pretty simple combo here, but a pretty fun one it should be. We've got Anodyne Aquario, if I could assemble this real quick, with a rubber sharp. Of course, just a pretty standard defensive combo, at least for this bay. As you can see, if it's in the low mode, it can actually shift during battle, like Elevator, but it's not very likely that this will actually matter as much considering it's so low down and it's so small. It's probably not going to be as effective as an Elevator disc, but it'll still be good. And if this combo doesn't perform well, we will be testing two combos this video. If you want to see what the next combo is and how it performs in comparison to this, make sure to stick around till the latter half of this video where I switch it up. I'm just going to put in this warning real quick, just for viewer retention purposes. The first three battles of this video are actually quite dull. I'm not going to lie to you at all. They're very dull. They're not great. This combo, it can tank, but it can't really outspit anything or outlast or counterattack to get anything good out. So like all of the battles just ended up kind of boring. And yeah, you'll see yourself here in a second, but just a heads up before you get into these, skip to this timestamp here in the video, and that's going to be where you find the good stuff. That's really where I'm going to switch with the combo, and we're going to see something better out of this bay here. So yeah. For the first fight of this video, I'm going to be bringing in Spiral Tempo or Screw Erogium, whichever name you prefer for this thing. I love this combo. I wish the metal flat was clear, and I like it, especially if it was like this Shield 145 or Shield 130's color. That would have been incredible, but unfortunately that's not the way it is. Let's go ahead and see it in combat. Should be a pretty powerful attacker, and test out the capabilities a little well. Alright guys, we're going to be starting the video with a regular Metal Fight Beyblade launcher, and we're going to be upgrading it later to, we're going to be upgrading it later in the video to a modified X launcher to launch our bays, but because of rubber sharp and my copies being quite worn, they do get a bit too aggressive and hard to control, so we're just going to stick to the more balanced launchers for the time being. 3, 2, 1, go, shoot! And if I could get the bay off, go shoot. And we can see this thing has pretty poor stamina because of how off-balanced it is. One thing I will say is that despite poor stamina, it can tank, but metal flat is just too good. I think right now this combo just isn't really suited to handling just how light and off-balanced the bay is. I think rubber sharp is definitely a poor idea for this one, especially with the weird shifting of weight with these spin tracks. So we could see it started the match jittering around a lot, but then just randomly locked in the middle of the match. That was kind of interesting. And yeah, just another knockout. So not really great against Spiral there. Next up, we're taking a leap right directly into 4D's territory. We've got Big Bang Pegasus right here. Of course, let's see how it goes against our boy in Aquaria. Alright guys, so now we've shifted the weight to be up high against Big Bang Pegasus. Hopefully this makes it perform a little bit better. I'm hoping that all the weight being on one spot really emphasizes its defensive capability. And Big Bang, of course, outspun. Let's go ahead and launch it first. Pretty dull matches, honestly, so far. I think putting this thing on a 230 really was just a mistake. Let's go ahead and end this quick. That big old stare down just to destabilize it and mess it up anyways. Let's just move on. And lastly, I'm bringing back this one for the first time in a long time. We've got Ash. The Metal Wheel Ash on the combo Ash Phoenix Metal Base 2 Heavy Wing 145 RF, just as a sort of a little bit taller of an attacker, mid-height-ish. Should be pretty solid and probably, reach Aquario there. Right now the battles are feeling quite dull, and I think that's because of using a Metal Fight launcher first of all, but also I think the 230 combo just really sucks a lot of fun out of battles, so I'll make sure to drop this thing with the second combo here in a second. 3, 2, 1, go shoot, and go shoot. So it maintains that it doesn't get KO'd, which is good, but like it doesn't outspin. So how is it to endure an attack type if it can't outlast any attack type? Yeah, just gave it a quick content finger because it's not gonna last. That match was not lasting any, or at least it wasn't gonna matter. It would have been the same outcome. And just gets dingled out of the stadium. That's not a pretty look for our boy here, unfortunately. And the stadium shifted all over the place, my bad. Alright guys, now for the rest of the video, now that we're at the halfway point, I'm going to be switching it to Anodyne Ares D125 CS. I really love how this combo came out. Looks very nice, especially with this purple down here. And the beautiful Ares clear wheel up top. This should be a pretty fun combo to use. Let's see it in action right now. Alright guys, now we're here with Anodyne Ares. Let's see if it does any better, especially with these upgraded to the X launchers. Now, 2, 1, go shoot. Yeah, as soon as it ended up being a stall, we knew Anodyne would lose, so I just decided to go ahead and quicken that up a little bit. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. Jeez, a nice KO from Anodyne, just not letting Spiral have a chance to get going. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Again, with the terrible spin retention upon getting hit, it really does need to get the KO off in order to survive. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. And a very easy KO that time around. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. And Striker getting a good KO, meaning it does still win, but we do notice that Anodyne had a much better performance now that it was on a lower height. Moving on. Alright, so now we're back with Big Bang. Let's see how this goes. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. And it didn't get knocked out that time, but it didn't knock out Big Bang either. And as we know, this is kind of basically just a glorified attack type at this point. It really needs to get a knockout against the opponent or else it will just die because of how it's constructed. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. And just a mean knockout from Big Bang, just chipped it out of the stadium real quick. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. Okay. Alright, he just got flung. Alright. Maybe I made this bay a bit too light, but it was doing better in some other combos. I think I just need to have this like a 145 height, I think was the peak, because that's when I was getting the most like efficient knockouts prior to recording this video. But like now that we are recording the video, it's just not going great at all for this bay. Alright, now for the last battle, let's see Ash Phoenix just destroy this thing. I'll even launch it first just to give it to give Anodyne a bit more edge, but I know it's not beating this thing probably. Go shoot and go shoot. And what did I tell you? Yeah, honestly, to be expected at this point. Ash is a bit too strong. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. Big Plinkus just should I say little Plinkus just got destroyed once again. I think that's the new name for this combo, is little Plinkus. Little guy gets destroyed kind of easily. Don't go shoot, man, go shoot. A little punt over the wall real quick, and my headphones getting in the way again. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. And yeah, that's just the nail in the coffin right there. Didn't last very long for this guy, but it did some cool things in personal play. It just didn't really translate into video. You know what? Let me use the combo I was using before and see if it does anything different with that. Alright guys, to try and prove Anodyne's worth, I put it in the combo I was talking about before of Anodyne Hades 8145 SWD, which actually performed pretty well against Penta of all things. So just to prove it, let's go ahead and try this out. If I can do a standard launch that doesn't send bro flying out of the stadium.
Oh my god.
Jesus, alright. Go shoot. And go shoot. And you could see it did KO Penta right there. So that's a bit of It went right out the stadium with it, but it knocked it out first, which is something. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. And there you go. A pretty good knockout from Anodyne against Penta. And that's about all I need to show you. Tell you guys that this thing does have potential. Just the combos I used didn't display it as well as that did. You can see that it did have the potential to just do that to Penta of all things. I just didn't quite utilize it well in this video, but let me know what you guys thought. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you thought in the comments about this bay. I tried something different, something similar to Vehement, though Vehement was definitely a bit more successful. This thing has potential. It just takes a lot to bring it out of this bay, and yeah, I'll of course be uploading the file to it. If you think you've got what it takes to try and bring the potential out of this, I have the file in the description below in that Google Drive folder. And yeah, comment your comments if you end up getting this bay. Should be about $8 if you pick it up off of jlcpcb.com. That's exactly where I got my copy. And yeah, best of luck, and I will see you guys in the next video.